So a couple of things here I want to ask you. 135. So your frequency right now, are you posting about 1 to 2 times a day?
Yeah, my average is I've been doing two reels and a story a day. I kind of dropped off this last week to try to like hone in
Okay.
on the messaging a little bit more. But yeah, I've
Okay.
been very consistent
Okay.
for
So
six full
one,
months.
great. So your content's good. And then tell me a little bit more about your actual DMs. You have 927 followers. How many new DM conversations are you starting on a daily basis right now?
I'm trying to do five,
Okay.
but um I have to admit, DM's like my hardest thing. I
Okay. What's hard? What's the part that's holding you back?
think it's just like the awkwardness of it.
Why is it awkward?
I don't know. It just feels I like keep going through that module and I like follow it, but I just don't feel like it's natural.
Okay. So, and because you don't feel like it's natural, you don't end up staying committed to the 5 new conversations per day, and
Yeah,
at
I
least
think that's
moving them
right.
forward,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So let me go back to just me taking notes on this previous thing. Okay, let me open up a new one. So the biggest thing I would say for you, you lack, and I'll give you this feedback. Can I just be very blunt and tough on you? Is that all right?
Of course.
Okay. I want everyone listening in this in because you're definitely not alone on this. The first thing that you lack is operational excellence. I'll break that down in just a second. And the second thing that you lack is really mindset is what's blocking quality execution. Okay. So I'll break down what I mean. So you guys on this coaching call, if you guys have been here for a couple months, I know you've been in this program for a couple months, you guys know it's not rocket science. Okay. We're not trying to send people to the moon. The formula to making sales is 135. You make one post every single day, which you're doing. Okay. You make 3 story slides every single day, which you're doing to a certain extent, right? And here, the
Yes.
messages is the part that you are not being consistent in. Okay. This is the problem. And so when we look at that pipe that we're just talking about, right? So this is your funnel, and we already identified on the previous page all the problems in the funnel, right? So I'm not going to get into that. But you said, and I like your self awareness, you said before the funnel, what do you have? You have 3 C's. You have content, you have conversations, conversations, can't type, can't say it, conversations, and then you have actual closing. Okay. You're making content. This is good, but you're not having consistent conversations. And the conversations is the missing key to even get people into the pipeline in the first place. Because if you don't have a DM conversation where you get it to the point in the DM convo where you say, listen, I appreciate the last 4 or 5 messages of the last couple of days you've been going back and forth. I love the fact that you're also a mom that you want to provide for your family and you don't want to quit your job yet. Listen, would it be all right if I sent you over the exact same 15-minute training, the exact same masterclass that I first saw when I first got started in this business? I think it would genuinely be valuable for you because it opened my mind and it blew my mind what was possible with AI. They say yes to that, you send them the link. Here's the link. Would love to know your thoughts on that. Could you let me know your number one takeaway on it? Question mark. You always enter a question mark. And that way, there's an expectation to respond. Now, remember, you have a relatively smaller account, and that's okay. But if you send that and get that conversation to that phase in the conversation, every 10 people, every 5 people that you talk to, you should get 1 or 2 positive responses. And those positive responses are the ones that ultimately result in the sales. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. Yeah.
Cool. So a couple of things here. You're not sending messages, not because messages don't work, but exactly what you just said. You said it's awkward. The reason why you think it's awkward is because of your mindset, right? You know that
That's
line
probably fair.
in networking where they say, it's only awkward if you think it's awkward, right? It's only uncomfortable if you think it's uncomfortable. I don't think that sending messages is uncomfortable, right? But if you say it's Henry Ford, what do you say? If you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you think it's not possible for you to do, if you think it's monotonous for you to do, well, then you've already, like your language, your body language, the way that you think has already predetermined that you're going to fail at that because your attitude isn't there for it, right? And so I would really, really focus on the mindset side of, listen, the top students in our program, they don't just send 3, 4, 5 messages. They'll go 10, 15, 20 messages. You can talk to Lila, right? I know you follow Lila. She's modeling after AI content. She'll send 20, 30 messages in a day, right? And she does it. It doesn't take her very
Yeah,
long.
she was my
30, 60
coach.
minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She'll knock them out. She'll send the messages, right? So that's one thing I think you really, really have to just sit with yourself after this coaching call and do some self-reflection of, damn, Richard's right. Like I got to get over my head and I just have to stay consistent. The second aspect though is operational excellence, right? I love this quote in the Bible. It says, he who is faithful over little is faithful over much, right? That's Matthew 25. What does that mean? It means that if you're not faithful, if you're not committed with the little that you already have, you're never going to be successful with the more, right? God's never going to reward you with the more. Now, I don't want to bring religion. I'm not a pastor. I'm not going to get all preachy on. But what I mean by that is if I go back to your Instagram, there's this post here that has 3 comments, me, me, and me. And when I ask you, hey, I don't see a single comment automation underneath these that say, hey, I just sent you over a message. Can you please check your messages? Second one here, same exact thing. Second one here. And when I asked you, you said, oh, I thought that the automation was set up. It wasn't set up. What is that? That's lack of being faithful with the 3 leads that you have. What if you actually messaged 3 of those leads and one of them bought from you? And that ended up being your first sale, your second sale.
Yeah.
Right? What if you went and you checked those DMs and you said, you know what? That's so weird. They're not automatically doing this. So I'm going to manually reply to every single one. I'm going to go at S. Alexandra. Hey, I just messaged you. At Aranda Melinda. Hey, I just messaged you. And then you sent an outbound message to them. You went to the profile, you sent them a message. You say, hey, I'm so sorry. Yesterday I got super busy. Super great to connect. What made you connect with me? And you send an outbound message to them. You have to be so faithful and so resourceful with the few DMs that you have, because when you're resourceful with the few DMs that you have, that's the skill set that you're going to learn in order to make massive sales later on. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So there's 2 things here. Operational excellence means being disciplined with the little that you've already been having. You have 3 DMs, then go faithful and go all in on those 3 DMs. Treat those 3 DMs, welcome them. Offer to jump on a quick 15-minute call with them, connect with them, understand who these people are. They're real humans on the other side, right? Do a value call. Understand why do they want to learn from you in the first place? You might just make some sales just from that, right? Your funnel, that's got to get fixed, right? That's pretty quick. I feel you're pretty tech savvy. So I think you could fix that, as soon as this call's over the next hour. And then I'd focus on you focusing on the DM. So all in all, 3 things, okay? 1, be excellent and disciplined in the little things. Okay, that means those 3 DMs, what are you going to do as soon as this call's done?
I'm going to follow up with them directly.
100%, right? 100%. Second thing, you got to get over the mindset block in the DMs. Okay, this DM thing, sending 3 to 5 conversations a day, even trying to go above and beyond, do more than that. Okay, get over that. Monday through Friday, start some conversations. That's going to help you a lot in your marketing. You're going to learn a lot from your audience, and you're going to build relationships with them. And then thirdly, fix the stuff in your funnel. Those are the 3 things I'd give you.